Despite its short length, this Prelude by Bach is surprisingly rich and complex piece. The longer we analyze it, the more possibilities for the interpretation we see. Everyone discovers something different, so every performance is unique, and that is absolutely wonderful. I worked on my arrangement for quite a long time, and there were two main issues I took into consideration. The first one was fingering, and the second one was faithfulness to the original score. As we know, there are countless options for fingering for every guitar piece. Decisions in this regard are important not only for comfort of playing, but also for the interpretation. The same motif played in different positions, with different fingers, on different strings, will have a different character, color, expression. You can play a passage on one string or on several strings to bring out the harmony or hidden polyphony, and so on. I think these choices are particularly important in Bach's music. In my arrangement, I've proposed many innovative solutions for both right and left hand fingering. I will show them to you in a moment. Another important decision that needs to be made when working on an arrangement of a piece originally written for different instrument is whether to remain faithful to the original or not. In other words, whether to take full advantage of the qualities of your instrument and, for example, add or change some notes. The most significant change concerns the key. My arrangement, like many others, is in D major, a very comfortable key for guitarists. Additionally, in the case of this Prelude, I wondered, should I enrich the monophonic cello part? Eventually, I took minimalist approach. I only added bass notes, but infrequently. My aim wasn't to enrich the piece in terms of harmony or rhythm, but to deepen the resonance of the guitar, to make it to sound more like a cello. But apart from bass notes, I didn't add any other notes. In my opinion, the piece is complete, and it sounds good without any improvements. Let me show you some specific solutions related to the fingering. As for the right hand, I will point out a particularly original one. It appears in the very first bar. I play the first two notes with my thumb, jumping from the bass string to the treble string. Usually, these notes are played by thumb and eye finger, like the beginning of an arpeggio scheme. But playing like this, we lose something, I think. When we play both notes with the thumb, we show two layers, the bass and the motif in the upper register. However, when the same scheme repeats from the middle of the bar, I usually give up playing the second note with my thumb. This time, I want the passage to sound smoother, like an echo. I consistently use this fingering pattern in subsequent similar fragments. There are a few other places where I mark the fingering. For example, the notes on the treble strings played with the thumb, or in the campanella sequence, where my fingering makes the playing easier. The remaining fragments without markings are left to the performer's discretion, as there is no one correct method. Honestly, I play it a little differently each time. When it comes to the left hand, there are few innovative solutions, and they all influence the interpretation. First, the upper motif, 3/16 notes, which appears in the first bar and is later repeated many times, is always played on one string and without legato. Sometimes it seems more obvious and convenient to play these notes on two adjacent strings, but I never do that. I want the motif to always sound the same, distinctive. This helps underline the logical structure of the composition. Is there a conflict here between playing comfort and interpretation? I don't think so. I think I found the right balance. In the middle of the piece, bars 20 to 22, the cello descends to the lowest notes in its range. I think this is an important point in the composition. On the guitar, this fragment is often played as an arpeggio, which significantly reduces its expressiveness. In my opinion, there are two layers here, a deep bass and a melody in the upper voice, which I play on one string. Again, my fingering may not be the easiest, but it provides clarity of musical narration. The second part of the piece is more improvisatory and virtuosic in nature. That is why I allow myself greater freedom here. An example of this is the campanella in bars 29 and 30. The successive notes overlap and the phrases sound smoother. The use of the campanella helps me to introduce a vivid contrast. This is a moment of calm before the expressive final section. At the end of the piece, bars 37-38, we have an ascending scale and we need to build a long crescendo. This is not easy on the guitar, which has limited dynamic capabilities. Therefore, a common solution is to introduce additional notes, thirds, sixths, into this scale, which is a quite popular practice among guitarists. I stick to the original score and build the crescendo by playing appoggiando with M finger. I only add bass sparingly, solely to deepen the resonance of the guitar and reinforce the forte. In summary, fingering on the guitar is an important factor influencing the way we interpret music. When chosen appropriately, it can greatly help us to convey our vision. I hope that my vision and arrangement will inspire you.